Hi guys, I'm here with Sarah Ann from Mind Your Beauty HQ. It's a makeup foundation course that is newly introduced by international makeup artist Sarah Ann from the UK. And especially in this day and age where we have an increase in mental health issues associated with social media and the perception that is creating a gap between expectation and reality of a lot of the influencers that are online, I wanted to get some expert opinion from Sarah to find out how makeup can help but also deviate from personal value. So what do you think about it? Because you're using makeup in your workshops, and in my opinion often makeup was associated with covering your beauty rather than expressing it. So how can a person use makeup to express their beauty?
Well, everyone has, unique features, and, makeup should be like a little creative beauty endeavor. It's just like an outfit, you finish off with a nice pair of shoes and a handbag, or it's just the same with your face.
So it's the enhancement that's the important aspect, not that.
Oh yeah.
Because I think there's a friend of mine whose partner wouldn't leave the house without putting on makeup. She wouldn't let him see her without putting on makeup. First thing in the morning and at night she would still have it on.
Yeah.
So then her identity is almost caught up with that mask that she's wearing, as you have mentioned earlier, that this happens sometimes.
Yeah, so what happens is that, putting on makeup is a ritual for a lot of women. What happens, unfortunately, after a long while of doing a ritual of putting on makeup, slowly and surely over time, the makeup locks them into an identity. They have got that makeup on, it's like, yeah, I'm ready for the world. And when that makeup comes off, they're then not that person anymore. Some people don't even realize it until, someone else points it out, or the feelings within inside themselves, like, oh my God, I didn't even put some foundation on, or I didn't even put that, how can I even talk to that person? And I think it's really self-accepting yourself before you put that makeup on, and really checking in with yourself that you are actually being who you are with it on and without it. Do you honestly change your personality when you've got a pair of shoes on? No, it just goes with your outfit and you like it. So your personality shouldn't change, just the enhancement of your face.
So first comes your own self-worth, and then it's just a tool to enhance it rather than to cover up for your insecurities. Yeah,
makeup is a tool, and don't get me wrong, when it comes to self-acceptance, the baseline for that needs to be up. How we feel about ourselves needs to be a lot more higher.
So in the day and age where it's a lot about image, I find, with people, especially on social media, portraying who they think people want them to be rather than who they truly are.
Yeah.
With makeup, is that a similar thing, that you should put on the makeup because you want to look good about and feel good about yourself, rather than putting it on to please somebody else, or for the attention that you might attract?
I think you just have to be really honest for yourself, because that's what the brain does. It's a comparison making machine, and so when you're feeding your conscious mind, and then it goes into your subconscious, and constantly looking at perfection, you will start looking in the mirror and being like, okay, even though you think that photo's been edited, the mind is just looking at images. So after a while, the mind is just gonna be looking for the perfection when you're looking in the mirror. And if you're not strong enough and resilient enough in your mind, then you'll be slowly building up feelings of poor self-worth, or a poor self-image of yourself.
Would that maybe arise from the values that we carry? So if we don't actively become self-aware and create our own values, then society will dictate for us. And I've seen that watching a documentary about the huge increase in counterfeit makeup that's out there. People willing to take a risk on their own health just so they can look like Kylie Jenner. Or is it Kylie Jenner? Yeah,
Kylie Jenner.
And other brands, of course, out there.
Yeah.
And so maybe that then arises from, I value the approval from others more than I value my own self-esteem or my own health.
Well, you got to look at it like this, like Kylie Jenner, and no disrespect to Kylie Jenner, this is just an example, like the followers that she has. I mean, it's going to be women of all ages. When you're a teenager and when you're in your early 20s, I guess we're in that development stage where acceptance is more important, and what people think of us is more important, and that's going to sort of sabotage your own personal values.
Yeah, because I think that even those influencers have insecurities and goals, like you said. So they might want to reach from 50,000 followers to 100,000.
It's a numbers game.
And once they have 100,000, there's somebody with 1 million. And so there's always a comparison. So then perhaps the comparison is what really is the poison in our lives, because when we compare ourselves, we don't feel good enough, or we don't feel like we have achieved enough.
Yeah, life is a journey. You need to have some patience, and you know, that's that person's success. What's your definition of success? Everyone has a different definition of success. You know, like some people define their success for being a good mother. Some people define their success from a multi-billion-dollar business. I define my own success by how I can change people's lives with my coaching skills. My success is their success from coaching them. And I guess living in my values every day, knowing my values. Unfortunately, they don't teach that kind of thing in school, and that's why I have my business Mind Your Beauty, because we teach the girls to connect to self and to connect to who they are and to understand what it is that they need within themselves, and we give them the resources and the tools so that they can basically lead their life successfully and not worry about fitting in.
No, but I've noticed that in myself, that if you are not self-aware and you don't know who you are, you will continuously take on the characteristics of those closest to you. Whereas if you know who you are and you have your personality traits and values, you will then almost send a signal out into the universe, and people who think similarly to you, they'll be attracted, and you have your own tribe. So for somebody who's watching this, and I know that I've gone through a period where I felt like I have no idea what are my values. What helped me was to sort of write down a list and look at times where I felt really in flow and I felt happy and content, and then look, okay, what values correlate with that? But also on the flip side, what was behaviors that I observed, or what upset me, what hurt me, and which values were infringed upon at that time. And then track that. How am I faring? Am I getting closer to achieving that value to the best that I can, or am I removing myself from it? What does Mind Your Beauty do to help individuals find their values?
Okay, so we have a big list of values. We use journals. We have Mind Your Beauty journals. We explain to the girls and the boys what values are. There are all kinds of values. I also use values as a way of goal setting. Whatever habits you're creating in those areas of their lives, you're enjoying the process, and whatever it is that you want to achieve, it's not about waiting for the end result. It's about enjoying the life journey as you go after your dreams, while you do you, while you define who you want to be and how you show up in the world and how you show up for yourself.
It's beautiful. You mentioned earlier that values are important because they let you choose your actions and behaviors, and I found that for myself, especially in this day and age where we have an abundance of options and decisions that we have to make every day. If you don't have a clear set of ideal goals or values, how do you decide? And having right values allows you to make decisions much easier, because it's either it goes along with the values or it doesn't, and that's the decision criteria. Now you use only vegan products that are cruelty-free, and that probably helps you as well when you go shopping for your makeup in Mind Your Beauty's offering to decide quicker.
So here's an example of Mind Your Beauty's values is we only use cruelty-free vegan products. It's a real big thing for us and for our audience as well, and our clients, or the girls that come into our workshops. When I go into a shop, or if I'm ordering something online, that value is going to make me choose the vegan cruelty-free makeup.
So then a value can become a decision criteria, and therefore you don't drift in a ocean of question marks, but you actually know exactly this aligns, this doesn't align.
If it doesn't align with us, then we get rid of it.
But then that's how we should live our life, maybe. You know, if you want to if your value is health, don't go eat junk food and don't get drunk every weekend.
Exactly.
So then maybe to wrap it up, find out what you want to achieve, what are your goals, what values will get you there, and then track your progress every week. There is one method called the Kaizen method. Kaizen. It's how most of the automotive industry got rid of a lot of their mistakes and issues. So, and it's based on the premise that don't try to fix the big things, focus on what is the smallest, easiest thing that you're definitely going to achieve, and what is that, and do that first.
Yeah.
So if you want to run 10 Ks, start with walking 1K.
Yeah.
First day, next day do 2, and just incremental small steps, that positive reinforcement, and don't give up, and seek out help, and don't be afraid. Everybody is going through their own journey, and give yourself some love.
The changes is always in the micro, never in the macro. It's what you do on a daily basis.
Habits are formed over years.
Habits are formed.
So every day.
It's scientifically proven. It's not 21 days. It's actually scientifically proven that in order to change a habit, it takes 66 days. So
66 days.
66
That's a number.
Days. That's a number, 66.
If it's not achieved by 67 days, give her a call and ask for a refund.
But yeah, I would look at what you want in life and what you value and what's important to you, and start writing those things down. Holistically look at all areas of your life, and start to rearrange what you value, and just living your top 3 values. That's what I would say.
Perfect. If you have any more questions about makeup or Mind Your Beauty, I will include her website on the description, or you can always just follow her on Instagram. And if you have issues with your creation of value list, please feel free to reach out to me as well. Have a wonderful day, and speak to you soon.